So today we're going to be doing a front upgrade to the race car. I got this Hotchkis suspension upgrade. The front end of the car is still pulled apart. The subframe is disassembled because I was doing the oil pan after my 500-mile break-in period. So we're going to be putting this on the front since it's disassembled, and then also be putting one on the rear. This is both the front and the rear setup here. As you can see, the tires are off the car. Rims and tires, I'm going to be replacing the tires. I'm not going to say what they are yet. That'll be in the next video or so. To get my new tires, because these ones are pretty worn out. They're all the way down to the wear line. These are a Bridgestone Tenza RE71, and then I'm going to be doing a different tire with a stickier tread wear on it as well. So I've had the kit for a while now, but because of my engine rebuild and some other things that happened last fall with the clutch, I kind of put this on the back burner because it wasn't needed to get the car running. So we'll start with a quick unboxing. First thing we're going to look at is the instruction manual. What's really nice about this is it gives you specific instructions to the car that you ordered them for. Oftentimes people just send you parts and you just kind of got to figure it out. Even though these are pretty straightforward, it is nice to have this. And then there is a warranty card and a parts listing in here. The link to this item will be posted in the description below, and as always, it was ordered through ECS Tuning. So here's all the hardware. It's really nice. They give you brand new absolutely everything. So when you buy this set, you don't have to replace anything else. This comes with the entire kit. So I did notice one thing that is going to be new to me is that this piece here has a grease zerk on it. I have a grease gun. I'm hoping that this zerk is the same size. I've never had to maintain a system like this, so I'm going to have to definitely learn. This is obviously a performance item. Because normal ones you can't service at all. You kind of just pull them off and throw them out when they get old. So this is the rear one. It's a lot smaller than the front one's going to be. Same diameter though. I don't know the exact dimensions on this. I'm really bad with numbers and measurements and stuff like that, but these are definitely thicker. And as you can tell also on the ends here, that there's multiple holes, especially on the front. I believe there's 4 holes. There's 3 on the front and there's 2 in the rear. These are adjustable. So I misspoke, the rear is a little bit smaller diameter, not a big deal. The front hardware goes as follows. It's these 2 guys here, and like I said, they're going to be a little bit bigger around than the rears. And then these H brackets here, which are reinforcements. This sits up against the car, and then you use the original factory nut. Then the other thing I learned was the stiffness settings. So the one closest to the bar is going to be the stiffest one, and the one furthest away will be softer. So I changed that on my white because I thought it would be a bad idea to get underneath the car with it being as dirty as it is. I'm going to finish the subframe first so I can get this guy out of the way. The legs are kind of underneath the lift and it's making it a little bit difficult to move around underneath there. Once I get the subframe put back on, I will be turning the camera back on and then we'll be going from there. Also, if you're interested, I'm going to be placing a link in the description below to ECS Tuning's website for their shirts, so definitely make sure to check those out. Alright, so I got the subframe put back on. We are now under the car and we're going to be looking at this. I have my roll bar disconnected from these 2 center bushings. I left them off when I had to disconnect them for the subframe to be dropped. So we're going to be removing the sway bar the rest of the way. We're going to use a 15mm socket to get the links off the end. I got the old one out, and as you can see here, it actually isn't in terrible condition. Oftentimes these get brittle and they start to break. They're still pretty soft, but nevertheless, this is not adjustable. and it is actually pretty small. It's actually smaller than the rear of the new one. And then especially the front one. The front one is a lot bigger now. So we are going to reinstall the new one. It's a pretty similar process to taking this one off. You'll put it all the way to the stiffest setting, which is the third hole closest to the bar, and then we'll be putting on the reinforcement plates. All right, so the front is on. It actually didn't take that much effort to put on. I was a little bit worried. I was thinking, you know, oh, I have to hold up those reinforcement pieces and bolt it on, but it was actually really easy. And the other thing is I think it looks awesome. Unfortunately, these pieces sit underneath the car and they get dirty and you never get to see them. So I'm just gonna enjoy it now while I can see the parts. But anyways, the front is on. I'm gonna start disassembling the rear and get the rear one on. The rear one looks a little bit more complicated. There's a lot more pieces for it. So hopefully it goes just as smoothly as the front. So here's the rear bar. It's actually not as complicated to take off as I thought. Basically there's a 13 millimeter here, and then there's two more 13 millimeters that you want to hit from the bottom. That's this one here, and that one just back in there. The kit came with new end links, so we will not be reusing the one that's on the car right now, but we will be reusing that bracket. So I'm going to be reusing this bracket here. So I'm going to take off this bolt here so we can reuse it. So these adjustable end links make it possible for you to change where your sway bar sits in relation to your drive shaft. You want to make sure that the back axles are 1/8 of an inch away from the sway bar. In order to do that, you just adjust this guy right here. With it all the way tightened up, we were about 1/8 of an inch. So I did one full rotation back out, lock this up, and this will always point towards the middle of the car. So real quick, I'm gonna take a pause from where I'm at and actually remove this one and spin this 180 degrees, because I realized that if I left it like this, it would hit the axle if you were trying to fill the grease zerk. It points right at it. So in order to be able to fill that grease zerk, you're gonna need to flip it around. So this one here is done. The grease zerk is pointing the other direction. This will make it possible for me to service this bushing. Well, there you go. I'm super happy with the way this project went. Everything fit really well. It did take me a little bit longer in the back because of those grease zerks. I had to flip them around, like I said earlier. Everything fit really great. I like the fact that they give you some reinforcement brackets. That kind of gives me some more peace of mind. I kind of thought a while back, you know, when I do this, how do I know that this isn't gonna like rip my car apart kind of thing, you know? And to have those reinforcement brackets definitely makes me feel a lot better about having these thicker, stronger anti-roll bars in there. So now it is time to take it out on the street and see how she drives. So hopefully it's not too noisy in here. I know in a couple of other videos it was a little bit difficult to work the audio while we were driving around and talking. Unfortunately, I still have my winter tires on, which makes the car look absolutely ridiculous, but I don't have my new ones in yet, and I definitely want to go take the car out. You know, I hate waiting for stuff like this. So we're gonna go for a quick drive, and I'm gonna try to explain to you how the car feels any different. I know it's kind of difficult on upgrades like this because I'm not, you know, I'm not like showing the car, okay, the car was this fast before, now it's this fast. So unless I have like a track time to refer to or something like that, it's kind of difficult to show you kind of a before and after. So I'm gonna try to explain what I'm feeling and how much different this setup is gonna be. So right off the bat, I don't feel the car going forward and backward as much. I don't know if that's the anti-roll bars. I kind of thought that they just did side-to-side stuff, but I don't feel the car rocking back and forth like it used to. Maybe that's just me though. We've got a couple corners coming up here. Unfortunately, like I said, I've got the winter tires on and it's kind of warm outside, so I've got to be careful not to just completely rip these things apart. Yeah, even with these winter tires on, I can tell the side-to-side is completely different. And the car feels more together than it used to. It almost felt like you can feel the missing pieces, you know. I put this K-Sport suspension on here, and I didn't upgrade my roll bars until just, you know, now, and I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like it was almost designed to be like this. This whole setup is way more engaging. You feel way more one with the car, with all these pieces finally coming together. You know, the anti-roll bars and that polyurethane coupler I put on a couple videos ago. It feels tight and nimble, and it gives you so much more confidence. Even with these winter tires, it's amazing. I cannot wait to get my new tires on those wheels. Like I said, I'm not going to say what they are until they're done, but I'm definitely going to be pulling the camera back out and taking those for a drive. Thank you for watching. If you are in the market for anti-roll bars for your E30, 36, 46, I will have these in the link in the description below. If these do not fit your car, definitely make sure to check out ECS Tuning's website. They've got everything for basically any German car you can think of. And until next time, thanks for watching.